Hey guys, coming back to you from the basement again. This is a follow-up video for my YouTube short I made a few days ago. This is a 1987 Roadblaster from Atari. I've kind of wanted one of these for my collection for quite a while. I've not had a whole lot of luck finding one of these. I wouldn't say these cabinets are extremely rare, but they're not everyday finds either. And I've been looking probably for at least 7 months to find one of these, especially for a price that I could afford. Like every other arcade in my collection, when you first get them, they never fully work. Luckily for me, this one right here, the machine is playing blind, which for those of you who don't know, that means the monitor is just dead. The game plays fine. You can hear it playing in the background. In fact, it's doing some noises right now. Why the monitor is blind, I'm not quite sure. We'll take the back panel off here in a few minutes and do some basic troubleshooting just to see if we can figure out what's going on. Control panel looks really yellowed and yucky. I don't know why, but it seems like half my arcade machines, when I get them, they have this horrible smoke cigarette smell. It's like they've been hanging out in a bar or a bowling alley. So this thing hasn't got to be thoroughly cleaned. I cleaned the screen just a few minutes ago, but it was really nasty. But I very well may replace the artwork on this control panel. It's extremely yellowed. Probably cigarette smoke if I had to guess. But no, some motor band and some hard work grease will get it cleaned right up. Luckily, the cabinet itself is in pretty good shape. This is that generic Atari 1 system artwork people have on the cabinets. The cabinet's in pretty good shape. The artwork's got some peels on it. I haven't made up my mind yet whether I'm going to replace this or not. Roadblasters never had a dedicated site artwork, but there's a couple of designs out there that are floating by some of the arcade graphic designers out there that look really good, and I may replace this and go with some of that. This old arcade machine makes a really cool one. But as far as playing blind, I'll get a quarter here. See if I got one here in my pocket, and we'll just show you that the thing's actually playing blind and not broken. There we go. I'll pick a quarter up in a minute. All in all, not a bad find, especially for $400 is what I paid for this. And I'll probably spend another $200 or $300 fixing or rebuilding the monitor. Especially if I have to send out for rebuild. It's not something I can fix easily myself. But we'll take the back panel off here in a few minutes to see if we can see what's going on with the monitor. Hey guys, we're back. Just a quick update here. I've got a multimeter here connected to the monitor. This is the power here going into the monitor itself. As you can see, I'm getting 121.5 volts, which is more than acceptable. 120 volts, give or take. Even from 118 to 122 is usually permissible. It could be, I doubt it's a blown fuse, to be honest with you. Anytime I have a blown fuse, it's always components on the chassis that's failed to cause the fuse to blow. It could be a problem here with the flyback transformer. Possibly an issue with the hot and cold of the hot circuit here on the chassis board, which is refusing to activate and allowing the power to come up to speed here on the flyback transformer. Rare circumstances, it could be an issue with the neck board. Until I pull this whole thing out, I won't have a way of knowing. In future, because I've had a lot of requests, I'm going to actually do an in-depth video on my electronics repair bench, the tools I have, components I use to help repair these machines. And I'm no expert on monitors by any stretch of the imagination. My technical skills basically comes down to basic transistor, capacitor, replacements, flybacks. If I've got some damaged, trace circuits on the board, repairing that. But anything past that, I usually send these monitors off to either Vision Repair Services out of Las Vegas or Arcade Cup. Those are my two favorite guys to send these guys off to. I've got a couple other people that, if they have time and capacity, and these are other hobbies like me that are a little bit better in depth, I'll send some of my chassis repairs out to them. I'm going to be making a future video here shortly. I've got 2 monitors I've got to pull out that I'm not a specialist in at all, especially if one's a vector monitor. I'll be sending off for chassis rebuild. So I will cover pulling monitors out, how to separate the monitor chassis from the tube safely, how to package it up properly for rebuild, and the steps I go through for that. I mean, this seems like a trivial video, but so many people who've never been in this hobby before, they have no idea how to do that. Taking one of these chassis boards out safely without damaging it or getting yourself hurt. You know, when I first started this hobby, luckily I found a couple of people who had made YouTube videos, not a whole lot, but you know, I have a couple tricks of my own that I used for my own to make things easier. I'll just make my own video and we'll go from there.